Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to RSF1's F4 division. It's Thursday night. It is the last race around Vietnam this week before we head on to China. And I think most people, including myself, are good to see the back of this track because it has been very formidable, but it has caused drama. We've had a safety car in every race this week. So maybe we can continue the trend. Maybe we can continue the F4 trend because they've had a safety car every race so far this season. Or maybe they won't. Maybe they'd be boring. They won't be boring. They're all very competitive, so expect to see the drama. My name is RSF from Waiter, and I'll be taking you through the action tonight. And I'm joined, as of the rotation, because you missed out in Bahrain, but you are here in Vietnam. It's Mr. Beast Pro, or also known as RSF1 Stroll in the community. So, good evening, Stroll. Welcome back.
Thank you.
And, well, what an interesting track that your rotation with Checo has landed you on.
Yeah,
this track.
Definitely give me an exciting race.
We didn't have best of races around here on Sunday, did we?
Well, I was not a lap down at 9 laps, so we can go with that one.
Yeah. Let me just get the stream up. 15 drivers here, so Q1 is kind of a practice session. I mean, they are going out because practice, which is no kind of surprise, to be honest, but hey ho, we can ride aboard with one of them. Both racing points is coming out of Massa and Primus Gaming. So, yeah, they will take us round in bright sunny conditions at the moment, which is good, to be honest, because wet weather around here is absolutely terrifying. Hey ho.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
So yeah, just going to get this up. So you watched the race last week in Bahrain, you told me, just before we went live, Beast Pro.
Yeah.
What can you remember most about that race? It was a topsy-turvy one, wasn't it?
The safety car early on was the vital point in that race because it came the safety car, I believe, was lap 6 or 8 on that area early on, and that split decision, the strategy changed. A lot of people went for the mediums to just do double medium. However, obviously Prost carried on the mediums, went to the softs in the end, which nearly worked out for him. However, the people who went to the hards, which was Porter, Charismatic, Fish Sticks, and Primus, all was coming out in. It would have been the top 4 for all 4 of them if Porter hadn't made the mistake he did. But it was the strategy changed at that point, and that was the turning point of last week's race, and that's why the podium turned out as how it was.
Yeah, for some reason, there it is. I couldn't find it. Couldn't find the stream for a second. There we go. Yeah, it was all about being on the right tire at the right time, wasn't it? It was. Although there were a couple of strategies that really extended the tyre life. I mean, Charismatic, who as Massa flings the car around turn 3 and 4 in that racing point, really wringing the neck of out of that thing. Yeah, Charismatic went 22 laps, I believe, on the mediums. Was it? Was it the hard tyres?
The hards.
Mediums or hards? Yeah.
The hards.
Which were far beyond what anybody had taken them earlier in the week. That shows Charismatic can is very good on his tyre. All he knows how to sort of handle them in the situation.
Yeah, definitely, because when we raced there, not this Sunday, Sunday before, I was on them for 18 laps and it was 92% I ended on. It just shows how good his tyre wear actually is at conserving the tyres.
Could we see something like that tonight? He might not even get the opportunity, to be honest, with potential safety cars going on. Fish Sticks in the Red Bull won last time out, so he has started off this campaign very, very well in the Red Bull. Where is he? He's actually on track. There he is. our championship leader going into this. He has a 6-point lead over Quaker Oats, who is missing again. So that's the second race in a row he's missed, Quaker Oats, because he missed in Bahrain after his win in Australia. Third place is Massa in the Racing Point on 22, as he has now gone fastest for the moment on a 35.1. Button is fourth on 20 points, closely followed by Chris Mick in 19, so had a good solid start by him. Primus and then Dips are both on 17. RSF1 Eagle on 14, Prost on 12, Skyline on and 40 on 10, and Manzi on 5. All the rest are yet to score, so we still have 8 drivers yet to score. They may change that tonight as Fish Sticks ends a lap to go third on a 37.3. Couple of one new driver actually, and that's Barry 23. I believe is new.
Yeah,
I remember seeing this name before. Yeah, so I believe he's reserving for both AlphaTauris actually, because Raikkonen and who's the other AlphaTauri? Military Virus isn't in. Actually, no. Virus has actually left the league, I believe. So this could be the new driver in Barry 23. So welcome to the AlphaTauri.
Yeah,
he's right
I'll have a look at that just to double check. Yeah.
Yeah, should be something in the paddock. I'm getting a little bit of a visual thing here. I hope that's not continuous. I don't know whether you're getting this. I've got the fastest lap by Massa constantly on the bottom of the screen.
Yes, it has.
Okay. Shouldn't be a massive issue, but hey ho. There's old Manzi in the Renault. Let's say 36.8. In the Renault, there's a McLaren of Dips right behind 38.6. Yeah, they're just getting to practice rounds. It's free practice in real life, so carry on. Constructors, meantime, very, very close run thing. 39 points for Racing Point. They lead the way. Very early days, of course. They are 2 points ahead of the Tango Squad McLaren on 37, who are 2 points ahead of Mercedes on 35. Then to Red Bull on 31, then to Alfa Romeo on 26, then a bit of a gap to Haas on 19, and then Williams on 10, Renault on 5. Unfortunately, AlphaTauri and Ferrari are yet to score in this division in Tier 4. That may change, but they both have one driver to try and change that tonight. Obviously Barry 23, and the other is Norris Fan 99, who, if people remember, that is Craigie Senna. So just to ease the confusion on that one, Craigie Senna is Norris Fan 99.
He's been unlucky not to score points so far this season. He's had some very good drives and just not fell his way so far.
Been very unlucky. There's quite a few drivers actually in this tier that have been very unlucky. Good to see in the drivers and the constructors not a runaway winner at the moment, Beastbro, which is, I mean, we're still stupidly early, round 2 of 22. So still stupidly early, but at least going good. As I did notice, Chrismic 34.9 has just pipped Massa at the top. Yeah, it's a very close run thing still.
Yeah, there's nothing going to be able to split the team until at least we get about 10 races in and we get to see how the consistency of people can go, because it's all well and good to have 2 good races, but can you translate that into 10, into 20 at least? That's how you're going to have to be to win this Constructors. Have we seen it, as we're seeing how close it is?
Yeah, Top Notch correcting me. We are at round 3 currently, but I'm meaning after 2 rounds. As a 35.2 from Eagle in the Alfa Romeo, that's in third, so close run thing at the top. In terms of lap times, obviously I don't know whether people are completely pushing in this part of qualifying, because everyone should be going through.
Yeah.
Yeah, should be going through.
Unless someone
Blink
joins
and Dave is still
mid-session.
fine. Yeah. In terms of lap times, what are we expecting? Stroll, going into this tier. Can't remember what F3 pole was.
The F3 pole was 33s.
Yeah. Anyone in the chat know what pole position was in F3? We can go by that. But yeah, I'm thinking 33s, mid to low 34s probably.
I'm saying, if we're going exactly, I'm going to say a 34-2 is where I'm going to put my guess.
I think that at the end of the day, we are still, all of us as a league, still very, very new to this track. So anybody that's quick around here just either loves it or has just hooked the lap up, to be honest. I think this is one of those, at this situation, you're not going to really see the pecking order of pace in any of the tiers, to be honest.
Because the thing is that this track is similar to Monaco. It's not about outright pace, it's about being conservative and keeping the car out the walls.
Prost ran very close to the wall on the right hand side as he goes down into the hairpin. Newly into Tier 4, RS Prost used to be in Tier 3 in Australia, but the league and the committee felt that he wasn't competitive enough in Tier 3, so he's now in Tier 4. Had very good pace last week, got caught out by the safety cars and strategy, so definitely could be one to watch in the next few races. Might be starting with tonight, seems to be on a very hooked up lap here into the final couple of corners. Just over 7 minutes to go, not really needs to push here, because obviously if we retire, that's it, you're gone. But a 35.3 from Prost puts him just behind his teammate Eagle in 4th place.
Not bad of a lap. Yeah, Prost was unlucky last week because his strategy didn't play into his hands, but he ended up getting back up towards Primus, and then just a little mistake from himself made him spin round, which was very unlucky. As I have clip and everything of it, it was just a very unlucky moment for himself, and he probably could have been in contention for a podium if that hadn't happened.
Most definitely. Most definitely. I mean, he absolutely flew, because I mean, the strategy he was on actually put him on faster tyres at the end compared to everyone was trying to go long on the hard tyres. And he absolutely flew up through the field. I think it was like 9th or 10th and ended up 4th or something like that. Ended up 4th place actually.
I think he was 14 seconds behind Primus after he came out of the pits, and he closed that gap up in the space of like 5-6 laps, I think it was.
I might as well run down that top 10 of last week. So Fishsticks ended up taking the victory in the Red Bull. Got the strategy absolutely perfectly. Very much controlled in the end. Charismic, as we mentioned, took those tyres extremely long, ended up at 2nd place as a reward. Primus Gaming got drive of the day, very well deserved, from like 17th on the grid up to 3rd. Prost in 4th place with a 40 in the Mercedes P5. Button 6th, followed by Eagle, Massa, Dips, and Old Manzi picked up the last point in the Renault. Now, one thing I am hoping on, and this is nothing against the team and who drives it in the league, but as I don't drive for them, it kind of is concerning. Mercedes. Did you know, Beast Pro? They have won every race this season, not this season, every race this week apart from F5. They have even had 2 1-2s.
Yeah, it's scary. They're doing really, really well. And who's team principal? Because whoever it is, hats off to them. I can't remember off the top of my head.
I can't think who it is. In the chat, who's the principale of Mercedes? Who's probably a very happy person right now. Yeah, because what was it? F2 Moronics run that race. F3. I keep on forgetting the order. F3 on Monday they had a 1-2 with Jake and JS Lee. F5 is the only blip so far, and that is that I don't think they scored any points in F5 actually. But then F1, they had 1-2 with Easton and Lando.
With Lando
Yeah,
winning.
so very good week so far.
I think we should also mention about last night the respect that Easton showed to Lando with slowing down so that
Yes, very nice.
He was the win the race. It was really respectful from him, and I'm sure
I was genuinely surprised.
Yeah, especially with Easton being in such a championship battle after his great start, it just shows that he isn't a driver for himself. He's driving for a team here, and he wants to respect everyone within that team.
JSD is saying Lando is team principal of F3. I'm meaning team principal of Mercedes.
Yeah, I think he's correct with Lando.
Yeah, we said principal of F3. It was like principal Mercedes. Yeah, so yeah, Lando. Yeah, even had a good result himself. So this week, so yeah, Mercedes doing very well. Only got one driver tonight of 40 because they are missing. Oh yeah, Quaker Race I did mention. Oh, Skyline, very lucky boy to keep going there. Skyline flipped his front ring round the turn 4-5 section, manages to keep going now. Ooh, very lucky because you just want to keep your car intact, Beast Bro, in this situation. There's 15 drivers, you're going through. Just set a time, just ease it back in the pits, and then we'll move on to Q2.
That is the point. Will Lincoln Dave go through with that because he hasn't set a time?
I'm pretty sure he should. Oh, as Kazi clips on the one of the curbs there in the final set, he should go through.
Hopefully.
Again, I don't see a reason why he shouldn't. Although wasn't there a situation earlier this week where someone didn't set a time and then didn't go through? Was that in F5?
Yeah, I believe so. I can't remember who it was.
Monster Skyline is going to finish and sets a 38-1 despite the damage, which was actually pretty decent.
Yeah.
As Primus is just filtering his racing point through the final sector with 1.5 minutes to go. And abandons it. Never mind.
Ooh. More damage for Monster Skyline there.
Bring it back into the pit lane.
Yeah,
already through.
Through turn 3 again. He just clipped the wall. So I think he needs to be conservative. He's got a minute to bring the car back to the pits, to keep the car intact, and you'll see yourself in the next session.
Yep. So, minute to go. All good. So what makes this track difficult, Stroll? I mean, obviously it's the walls, it's a street circuit, but I think it is just the fact that we are still new to this, aren't we? I think by this time next season, although I don't think many people's thoughts will have changed by the time we come back here, which will be a long time from now, so maybe thoughts have changed, but I do think this is going to remain as one of those, if it remains on the calendar, everyone's a little bit wary about it.
Yeah, it's one of them things. Everyone didn't like Monaco when it first came, and then people got used to it, and many people really enjoy it now. I think it's because it's new, people are learning, and they're not exactly fully learned everything just as of yet.
See, I don't like Monaco on this game. I think Monaco, for me personally, has returned to being a formidable track for me. I mean, it was in previous games. Don't get me wrong; it was still a very tricky track. I just think on this game with this handling model and the way the curbs are, I'm struggling to get around there clean anymore.
Yeah, I've only done a couple laps and I felt alright, to be fair. I think at the point when I did it I was 200th in the world, so I haven't got a problem with it in this game.
That obviously is still a few weeks away, actually. In the meantime, we've got China next week, which I think everybody would be just thankful just to get to a normal track, to be honest. No walls. Although, it's kind of a tough track still, isn't it? Heavy on tyre wear, so strategy is going to be everything next week.
Yeah, that's what strategy is going to make the difference next week, I believe, with a lot of people obviously going to change their strategies, and there'll be minimal people doing the exact same strategy.
Oh. And then, a week after that, we've got Zandvoort, which more people are looking forward to Zandvoort than they have been looking to Vietnam. I'm more looking forward to it watching rather than racing, although I think it'd be a good track to race at. Just I'm going to love spectating it. What do you think, Zandvoort?
I haven't really looked at it yet. Looked into it. I'm with myself. I'm just taking it race by race. Obviously, when the game first came out, I had a little look around it. It seems to be a track that's going to cause a lot of incidents. Is my question, because there's not going to be many places to overtake, which means people are going to have to make the more dangerous moves to get past, which may obviously in the long run end in the best way, but it's a very tight and narrow circuit because you're always turning, and it'll be interesting to watch, definitely.
Yeah. Well, that's the end of Q1. Hopefully every 15 drivers are going to be through into Q2. A bit of a nothing session really, but everyone thankfully kept it almost in one piece. The only thing we can say about the times is at least the top 4, they look competent around here. But did they leave anything on the table? More than likely, I don't think anyone was pushing 100% in that session.
We would have seen more damage coming off cars if everyone was pushing. That's me.
So we have all 15.
Yep.
Right, so who's going to be first out? So in terms of strategy, reminder, those new to the system, new to F1, give us a wave if you're completely new to the stream. Be good to see you. If you start any time that you set your fastest lap on in this session, you have to start that in the race, even if it means you're doing 1 or 2 laps on them. That obviously will determine how good of a start you will have on the grid as well, because obviously completely, 1 lap tyres will always beat 2 lap tyres, and softs will always beat mediums. And interestingly, we already have a bit of a switch in strategy, Beast Pro. Racing points first out, 1 on mediums, 1 on softs.
I don't understand I think you're better off going on the medium start off and see how it goes. If you're forced to the soft tyre, you're forced to the soft tyre. That's how I'll always look at the situation.
Now, in terms of strategy around here, actually this week has been kind of topsy-turvy, hasn't it? But relatively it's 2-stop, isn't it? Just don't use the hards. Or use the hards, but you've got to be incredibly consistent, very safe with them, and hope you don't get a safety car, which has happened every race. So 2-stop kind of, I think, is the way to go. Just be more aggressive.
Yeah. The strategy, it's always going to happen. There's going to be crashes. So you're better off being aggressive and it ending with you being on a faster tyre, because if you have to pick, because you get damaged, you don't want to be on the hards where you're trying to do the 1-stop and it ruins your strategy completely.
Yes. Let's ride on board with Primus Gaming, as he is going to be the first to set a competitive lap time in Q2 on the medium tyres, so might have a little bit less grip than he would normally like. But coming out the final corner, you've got to get a good exit down the start-finish straight. This first corner is going to be hectic on the first lap. Very, very tight. Going to mind the curb on the exit as well. You've got to carry the speed through turn 3 into turn 4. Then try and hug the curb on the left-hand side. We've got the wall on the right on the exit. That sticks out. You've got to be very, very careful. He's navigated this quite nicely. Now down into this chicane, which can take a lot of curb and get away with it. He decides to avoid the first part, gets in the second part. Now you've got to be very patient, because this corner can cost you a lot down this really long straight, which is not straight at all. It's curved and walls sticking out every which way. But here you go. And now you've got to pick your braking point for this incredibly tight hairpin, which can get very congested, especially in racing conditions. Just under that greener sign on the top of the track, going in. Mind the exit because of the traction and the curbs and everything. And that's the end of the middle sector. Now into this third sector, which is very, very finicky. Very flowing if you get it right, but you've got to get the line right as Primus filters the racing point through. Got to carry the speed as much as you can, keeping on the curves, keeping it within the white lines, of course. Now down into the penultimate corner, got to braking down into second gear, and then this last corner, which is very deceiving. You think you can take it flat, but that wall can get very close very quickly. It's a 36.5, which is a decent banker lap for Primus, but I expect the soft Massa, which he does, 35.0 on the softs. That's slightly more better, but he does have wing damage on his front, so there is time there. Decent lap from the pair of them, but looks to be more in there. There, Beast Pro. Both racing points.
Yeah, definitely. It looks like they both could get improved. Monster Skyline looks to have gone out for a banker on the softs just to get a feel as he braked before the line there.
That's cheeky. Didn't want to set his fastest lap on the softs. More and more people are doing that, Beast Pro. It annoys me somewhat. If you're going to go out on softs, just set a lap time on softs. If you're not, just don't use them.
Yeah, I don't understand it myself, but there must be reasoning behind it for everyone.
And then the two race points, AlphaTauri coming around as well.
Yeah, the two racing points and another fast lap. No, they're both just on an lap.
Audi Mercedes coming down to the hairpin. I think he's going to be the next on a footlight. No, it'll be Dips in the McLaren, who's gone purple middle sector. It looks very good. Final sector now. Where's the apex of that particular corner? I think that's turn 19. 23 corners on this track. It's almost never ending. Nice. Runs out of VRS, which is another thing around this track got to be careful of. 36.7, 2/10 slower than Primus, so maybe that time on mediums is actually pretty good from Primus there. Already 36.4 in the Mercedes on softs, so I think he would want to go quicker than that. Everyone looks to be still trying to find their way around here, by the looks of it.
Yeah, well, Eagles gone second fastest. The 35.1.
Not bad. Alright, who's next to come round? Is that a Red Bull? No, it's dived into the pits.
I think everyone else is going towards the pits apart from Cassie Babes, who started a lap.
Yeah, he's just about to start it now.
As he's coming down Thursday Irish Straight.
Yeah, of course, F5 champion of last season. Very well deserved F5 champion in my view. He's had a difficult start to his season in F4. Difficult first couple of races, but got plenty of time to make his mark.
Just give me a second, sorry, I just need to change batteries.
Alright. 23 viewers watching the stream. Very quiet in the chat though, so if you have any queries or questions, then by all means ask away. As he navigates through the hairpin very nicely. 7-9 middle sector. Evening Bodder. Evening to Junior, Top Notch and JS Lee. Those are the ones that commented so far. But, congrats on your win earlier this week, Bodder, in F5. He's had a very good start to the championship, Bodder has, in the F5 championship. As Kazi 37.1 on the medium tyres, so decent lap from Kazi. Only 11 times been set so far, but still plenty of heavy hitters to go, including Championship leader Fishsticks. He's decided to start on mediums as well.
Yeah, it's a brave strategy choice because you're risking it to get through on them.
Yeah, it's like 1.2 seconds, isn't it, on the medium tyres compared to the soft, so big difference between them at this track.
Yeah, you're risking a lot. If it doesn't work out for you, you're out of the session, and when you could be getting pole.
Mm. What if you start on them though? Does that give you a benefit, I guess, if you're able to get through on these tyres?
Yeah, definitely. You can take the mediums a lot longer than the softs, so it becomes an optimal strategy, because if you start on the softs, you kind of either stuck into a two-stop, or you're going to have to really pull out the hards, which won't feel nice towards the end. It's
Not
just
saying
not...
Moronic stole my first win. Yeah, that was a last lap thing, wasn't it? Last lap battle in F2 between Moronics and Top Notch.
Oh yeah.
He did far better than both of us, Top Notch, just to say that.
I
was incredibly lucky I finished.
I retired in the pits.
Yeah, what I had was in the wrong place at the wrong time twice. First time I was behind, I think it was K-Mag and... Oh, I can't think of the other one was...
Snod.
Snod, yeah, K-Mag and Snod. Snod lost it at the exit at turn 4. Spun in front of K-Mag. I was right behind the pair of them, trying to overtake, and couldn't avoid K-Mag, who spun right across my nose. I hit K-Mag and retired us both on track. I managed to continue. K-Mag unfortunately retired on the spot, and then later on I got caught out by the congestion of the hairpin and damaged my front wing completely. So 14th place was my reward for all that hard work, and this is hard work track. You've got to have big concentration about you.
Especially when it's one of the longest circuits on the calendar. I think it's nearly as long.
Yeah, nearly as long as Singapore, I think, in terms of track length. But the reason why it's quicker is because it's got that massive straight. Prost has set 35.1 in the Alfa Romeo. At the very least, the front three, like Q1, they are sticking very close to one another.
I think someone who Peter mentioned is Primus, though. With that off on the medium.
Oh, never mind.
Oh.
Never mind.
Yep,
Massa, 34.2.
We spoke too early.
Hello, Massa. Yeah, I did speak too early. To be fair though, Massa was the qualifying king last week. Unfortunately in the race, got caught up in a few things. Still managed 8th place, all things considered. Yeah, 34.2. Jesus. Everyone else is going to stand up and notice that. Oof.
I'll tell you, we will be noticing that Shane, and Shane will be very happy with that lap. Hoping that he can translate that into Q3.
Yeah, race points are looking very good early on. Early constructors leaders in F4.
Racing Point have had a rough start to the league with Australia not going the best, but since then they've really stepped it up and getting the points needed.
What are they getting in Australia? Primus got 2 points in Australia, and Massa got second in Australia, so...
Yeah. I mean altogether, because obviously F4's been their standout division so far, in my opinion.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Button in the McLaren. Sporting a very distinctive orange and black helmet to match the car that he's driving in the McLaren. So very colour coordinated is Mr. Button. He's heading into the last corner now. 36.2 on the soft tyres.
So I don't know if that'll be enough.
It might keeps getting a little bit of a static, at least it's as if it's not fully plugged in every now and again.
Well,
it's alright, it's just on occasion.
Yeah, I'll unplug it and plug it back in for you.
Yeah, it's there we go. It's not a massive. Oh, Craig running very deep. Or Norris fan. I need to start calling him. Oh, wall damage. Damage for the Ferrari. And that's not going to be very good for Norris fan. Because he's only got a minute 25 to go and he's decided to stay out.
Yeah,
he's right in front of 40. He'll be right in front of 40 who's on an out lap.
That'll be Norris fans qualifying over.
Yeah, he's got out the way. Got out the way. Barry, 23, in the AlphaTauri, the new boy, has gone into 4th place behind the Alfa Romeos. So maybe we're going to include somebody else in that pole position battle to the end, although Massa has just completely destroyed everyone so far.
Yeah, I think...
We are looking at this top 10, and at the moment outside of it are both Red Bulls. In fact, Lincoln, Dave won't have enough time. Everyone outside the top 10 are now on a lap. Apart from Lincoln, who has retired.
Yeah, so Lincoln is out. Norris fan also out.
Or will be, yeah.
I believe Monster Skyline as well, because I don't think he's improving. He's close though. Yeah, he's currently a 10.5 down, and he needs to improve by about 3 tenths.
Have a look at fish sticks. He's in a bit of bother at the moment. Though try to get through in the mediums, didn't. He's on the soft side now.
Looking at his telemetry, should be okay. He's kept it up through this last sector, foot to the floor. That should be okay.
Yep. He does. Goes to 5th. Skyline just misses out on the top 10. 3 tenths though.
Heavy Babes.
Which is...
He's gonna catapult himself up.
Yep, P7. So that puts Dips out at the moment. Norris fan is done. It's all down to Old Manzi, and Dips needs to improve. Both in the last sector.
Oh, Bramis is on the cusp now. He failed to improve on his softs.
Oh, Manzi taps the wall and hits the wall, but still goes through. Momentarily.
Dips knocked his teammate out. But is that temporarily or is that going to be permanently? No, it is permanent.
So despite clipping the wall on the inside and outside, and the outside gave him damage, old Manzi's clattered his way into the top 10.
It doesn't matter how you do it.
Who got through? Nobody got through mediums. Primus and Monster Skyline ended up the only ones that stayed on those mediums, 12th and 13th, but they will be on fresh tyres.
Yeah, especially with the first corner here. There could be an incident going into this. It probably could help them being on fresh tyres and a bit further back.
Right, we need Eagle and Button to retire, please. Still waiting on Eagle. We've got a racing point catching Kazi very, very quickly. Hopefully they don't hit each other. I mean, race point is slowing down, so never mind. Well, Massa one to watch, but 40 at the end in the Mercedes got within half a second. Still half a second, but there's a chance there.
Yeah, maybe he still has more time available, which, for everyone's sake watching it, I hope everyone has enough time to match Massa. Because it looks like they're going to get into the 33s.
Yeah, take us through those eliminated, please.
So the 5 drivers eliminated from Q2 is Norris Fennell, Craigie Senna, as you know him, Lincoln Dave W, Monster Skyline 4, Primus Gaming, and RSF1 Button. It was unlucky from Primus and Monster Skyline, obviously. Tried to get through on the mediums and it has not worked the correct way they wanted it to, but I'm sure they're not going to be too bothered to, because they're still going to have that optimal strategy just from a bit further back on the grid.
Yeah. The only thing that may count against them is potential, obviously they're in traffic, the congestion of turn 1. Got to keep it clean. But here is this top 10 pole position predictions, or top 3 predictions in the chat, please, as we get this underway. I mean, to be honest, unless someone else can really hook up a lap, and maybe Massa's got like another couple of tenths in him, he could potentially hit a high 33, which would be very quick. Really and truly, it's Massa's to lose in terms of pole position. But who do you think? Do you think someone else?
I think Massa will get pole. I think RS Prost and Fordy will follow him in the top 3.
Okay. I think top 3 is going to be Massa on the pole, because to be honest, I don't see anybody else other than Massa for the pole. Second, no, I think it's going to be this guy, Barry, in the AlphaTauri. I think towards the end he was got up there with the top 4. And I think 4D and P3. I think that's going to be mine. Nice cut, Barry. Nice corner cut. Well, that's been improved by me, I think. Right, so everyone heading out of the pits now. Just the pass of Kazi and the Mercedes of 40 staying in the pits a little bit longer, just so I can have a little bit more space. I mean, space really shouldn't be a problem now with 10 of them, but to make doubly sure. Right, so Barry is going to be the first one to lay down the marker in Q3. So where it's all going to lay down on the line. You obviously do not want to be starting lower top 10, knowing what it's like. But do you want to take us through on board of Barry?
Yep. So he's coming through the last corner now. Lets off so he avoids the wall on the exit. It's close to the wall, but make sure he doesn't touch it. And he's going towards turn 1 now. Braking to make sure the car turns a bit deep. But he's done it well, so he gets the better exit out of turn 2. And he's pulling it around turn 3, 4, and now 5 for the exit to the straight. It's a good exit there. Which I mean, it's vital for the straight, as it's not as long as the next one, but still is important. The 26 flat for the first sector. He cuts the chicane quite nicely and makes sure he keeps the car on the track and is to the limits, close as that wall he can, and then puts the foot to the floor going down to this straight. It's quite a good exit there as well, so he's going to get the good time down the straight here as he flies his way down, activating DRS, heading towards the hairpin now. And it brakes heavily, gets the car turned in early, gets towards the exit curb, accelerates using all the room he has, heads down to the next corner, 107.0. He cuts the corner perfectly, goes through this tricky last sector, winding, foot down on the power, goes really tight towards the walls, and he's keeping it on track using the curbs. As he comes through the penultimate corner about now, gets it slowed down, goes a bit slow through there, gonna cost him a bit of time through the last corner now, foot to the floor, activate DRS, and it's a 35.6.
With the handy banker up, I think turn 1 a little bit deep, and penultimate corner, so there's time there. Massa beats it with a 35.2 only, so doesn't match the 34, but we know he's capable of that, so there's always that thing. As an Alfa Romeo coming through, Prost sets a 35.6. McLaren of dips. Goes pole and a 35 flat, so provisional pole for dips in the McLaren. Go Tango squad.
I'm sure Bottom will be happy when
Renault.
he got knocked out.
Renault the old Manzi. Of course, principal of Renault as well goes. Oh, I thought he may have gone pole, but 35.3.
Very close to Massa. Already the next drive to cross the line as he comes through the front corner now. Ran out of ERS though. Very early. Only enough to put in P7. No, yep. P7.
It's going to be Eagle. 34.7. We're in the 34s.
Here we go.
So
everyone's
RSF1
starting to get the cars up. Eagle very clearly put his car to the limits for that lap.
Yep, and remaining is both Haas drivers, Kazi, who's just starting a lap now, and Charismic, who's still in the pits. So maybe Charismic has only one set
and
soft.
got damage.
Oh no. Oh, okay.
So I think he's just, instead of coming back out on the soft wall, he's just to wait it out and do the one run and one run only.
I think I've noticed with Kazi, riding on board with him, I don't know if you notice it as well, is that he runs the corners one gear higher than me and you and many other drivers actually normally take.
Yeah, I noticed that last season on the streams. He doesn't use the suggested very clearly, because most people go down into gear, first gear through there, and then he makes sure it's optimal for him and not the car. He does the corners how he feels it will be best for him.
Oh,
ooh.
Clip the wall. Damage light. Very easy to do.
Gonna affect his lap. If I was him, I'd just come and swerve into the pit lane here, or yes he does.
Yep. He's gonna join everyone else in the pit lane for the time being, as we now get set for fresh tyres.
Yeah, I think we're not going to see any action out the pit lane just yet. I think we'll be waiting a couple of minutes. From the first runs, it's very surprising not to see Fordy, Prost, Manzi, Massa, or it's surprising to see Massa where he is. That's after that Q2 time.
Well, I think that's the thing with this track, isn't it? It's very easy to make mistakes still, even though, as you say, we know Massa's very capable of like a low 34, even a 33 possibly. But maybe that lap he did in Q2, maybe that was one of those laps where it's hooked up. It's clear he didn't hook it up this time.
Might be the best lap he's done so far all week. We'll never know until the end of this session, see if he can match it. And Prost's leaving the pits now. Only P6 his first run. He probably feels he can improve on that, so let's hope he can.
Yep. And if he thinks someone is going to hit like a 34.5 or lower than that.
Yeah, I could see someone.
Think it's possible.
I could see a 34.2 happening. That's still going to be my prediction, even though if Massa hooks another lap up, he could be being one of the best times of the week.
Prost waggling his DRS backwards and forwards, turning it on and off again, saying hi.
I'm sure he's enjoying the attention.
Yeah. He knows we're watching. Right. Let's have a look, see. Be interesting if he can get it onto the front row next to Eagle. Alfa Romeo 1-2.
Yeah, that would be optimal, because if one of them's not going as fast in the race, you can just hold up the rest of the grid, because it's very hard to overtake. And he's going to help. Well, he's starting his lap now, so I hope he can.
Everyone is now out on the lap apart from Dips, who still has got a little bit of time left, so no problem at all. There's a lot of traffic heading down to the roundabout section of 5, 6 and 7.
Yeah, it might cause a problem.
Oh, Prost had to turn out a little bit of the second chicane. Oh, he's backed out. Or was backing out of his lap.
He's got the time.
Yeah, still damage free, so it's all good. Ooh, fish sticks on his next lap. Caught a little bit of wheel spin on the exit of turn 2.
That might compromise any chance of being up top.
Yeah, doesn't seem to be as comfortable around here as he was last week in Bahrain. Obviously took the victory. Yeah, he's already 4 attempts down, so this lap is pretty much done.
He's pulled out of it by the looks of the ERS. I think he's got the time. Here we go.
Yeah.
He's not going to
See how
waste his
forward he's
time.
getting on. See how forward he's getting on in Mercedes. Is he going to improve on his first sector? Yeah, 10th and a bit up. Only 8 for the moment. Slightly deep in the chicane. A little bit of wheel spin. Not ideal. Onto the front straight, can run it through. Yeah, Prost is going again.
Does not surprise me.
Everyone's now on a lap. Eagle's a 10th and a half up.
Barry's half a second up. If he can improve on the penultimate corner where he messed up last time, you could see him on provisional pole.
Right, here we go. Yeah, much better.
Ooh,
oh no!
it's not.
I said too soon. I'm sorry, Barry. Commentator curse.
That could have been pole position as well.
Ah.
So unlucky for him. And he won't be able to go again because of it. Fordy's next, 2 cents up.
Oh.
He has a wobble out of there too. His lap's only good enough for third.
Goes third though. Oh, if he hadn't had the slide. P3 for 40, very nice. Right, so next is
finish.
A very wide penultimate corner though. See where he goes. Slight clip of the wall, big clip of the wall. 35.8. Eagle 34.5. Raises the bar.
Putting a challenge. Charismic goes P4. Massa comes through the last corner. Can he do it now? He's got this opportunity only. No.
No. 34.8.
Dips 2 tenths up. And Dips beat him.
Prost goes to 4th.
Yeah, Prost goes 4th.
Dips, Barry and fish sticks. I think Barry's on a slow lap.
Yeah, Barry got wing damage.
Dips might take it.
Dips
might take this extra.
Ooh,
oh, P2.
So close, but Dips only good enough for P2. Will his fish sticks lap good enough? He taps the outside wall, which leaves him P9. And Barry's got big wing damage from his spin, so he's not going to improve his lap.
Well, we were wrong.
It's interesting to see where Massa is. Actually, brilliant Q2 lap. I believe
maybe we were right about the. Yeah, maybe we were right about the fact that Q2 lap might have been one of those really hooked up laps. But congratulations to Eagle in the Alfa Romeo. Takes pole position ahead of Dips in P2. Massa and Prost, 2nd row. Fordy up in 5th. Charismic. Manzi, Barry. Fish Sticks, last week's winner, P9. Although, if I remember rightly, in Bahrain last week, I don't think Fish Sticks qualified in the top 5 on that track either and still won, so still don't count him out. A very competitive session. Eagle takes the honours.
Yeah,
that
only
is 300s. Jeez.
Yeah, I couldn't. My math couldn't do it.
Yeah, so Eagle dips on the first row, Massa and Prost on the second row. 4D Charismatic row 3. Row 4 is going to be Manzi and Barry. Row 5, Fish Sticks and Charismatic. No, Fish Sticks and Kazi, sorry, jeez.
Wow.
So that is 3 different people on pole position in 3 different races.
Yep. I mean, it's going to be an interesting season if we carry it this way. Can we get a different podium to last week and Australia this week? We're going to have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Can
we have
Prost
3
get
different
his
winners
first
as well?
podium? Can Prost get his first win after a strong qualifying from the Alfa Romeo team? Can Dips win it? There's many drivers who could turn out like Barry, we saw in qualifying, had brilliant pace, could have even got pole position if it wasn't for the spin at the last corner. So will he have the pace in the race?
Possibly. Eagles so far this season, he got 8 points in Australia and 6 points in Bahrain so far. So maybe, just maybe, this could be, if he can get like a podium or even a win, that could really bump him up in the championship. Dip C's had a 3rd place and a 9th so far, so maybe want to cover what he got in Bahrain. And who was 3rd place? 3rd place was... I don't remember who was 3rd place. Massa was 3rd place. Massa so far, he's had a 2nd and an 8th. He has looked quick in both weeks so far. Looked quick tonight, but just couldn't get the pole position done.
Yeah.
But this could go one of many ways, Stroll, to be honest. Especially if safety cars come onto the track, which, let's be honest, it's nothing against the drivers. I think we're going to see one. At least one.
Yeah, it's always going to happen.
Just the nature of the track. But who's going to call it right? Who is going to get the strategy right? Who's going to be on the tyres at the right time? Who could possibly gamble maybe on an early safety car and then pit onto hard tyres and manage to hold on to the position that they find themselves in?
Well, Charismatic
might see a couple try that. Yeah, I think I see with the hard tyres though, they're so vulnerable when you got somebody on softs, because softs are so quick, especially at the end of the race. The thing is, no one's readying up, so we're just waiting a little bit more.
Yeah, luckily no one's going to go and get themselves a penalty.
Dry conditions, which in some ways is a shame. I think if it was raining, even though it would be terrifying for those drivers, it'd be good for us. Would have been.
I don't know how many had finished, to be fair. Better than Gary.
Right, Prost ready's up. He is the lobby host, so very well behaved from everyone in Tier 4. We're about to see who's going to take the valuable 25 points. Biggest question I think for me really, can AlphaTauri and Ferrari get off the marks in this race? They both start. Yeah, they both start quite far down the grid, but anything can happen at all. Right, so let's take us through the grid, please, Stroll. Starting off with P15, your fellow Ferrari driver.
Yeah, we'll start with, obviously, Senna, Norris fan. He's had a rough few weeks. Let's hope his luck will change today. And it starts on the back of the grid, then we go to Lincoln Dave W in the Ferrari. We'll go for the tyres as well, so Norris is on the softs, Lincoln on the mediums. Monte Skyline in the Williams is on the medium compounder tyres, as well as primers in the Force India. RSF1 Button is in the mediums in P11. And then Kazi Babes. All the top 10 are on softs, I believe. Let me double check that. Yep. So all the rest are on softs, which is Kazi Babes P10, Fish Sticks last week's race winner P2, not P2, P9, P8,
Jesus.
Barry 23, his debut. Hopefully we could see a good drive in his debut. P7, Old Manzi, Renault's team principal. In P6 is Charismatic in the Haas. And our top 5 today is Fordi in P5, RS Prost P4, RSF1 Massa P3, CCRL Dips P2, and RSF1 Eagle's going to lead us down to turn 1 on the start of this race. And I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, thank you very much. Nice and swiftly done as well. Because we've still got a fair few corners to go. Yeah, what else needs to be said? This week, the pole position man hasn't led out of turn 3 and 4, I believe, this week. They haven't had the best of starts. Other reasons with many of them, or different reasons with many of them. There is the predicted tyre strategy. It does suggest the hard tyres, but please don't. Soft, medium, soft, really?
Yeah.
Is the way to go.
Well,
Let us see.
Prost could get a very good start.
Yeah, let's hope they keep themselves. Let's hope they keep themselves very, very clean. Through turn 1 can get very congested very quickly. Are we going to have an opening safety car on the first lap as they're all lined up now? Do expect the timing pages to go a little bit awry in the first few laps, but let's get underway for 5 red lights for the Vietnam Grand Prix, and the lights out of the way. There you go. Decent start from Dips, and he's going to be up on the inside potentially. I think he is on Eagle. No, Eagle's actually going to keep the lead. There's several cars flying up at the inside into turn 1, taking that really tight line as Dips and Eagle running side by side through turn 3, but Dips decides to. Oh, Massa racing point.
Yeah.
Got his way back.
Yeah, he spun at turn 1. I didn't see exactly what happened, but into turn 1 he went round.
Must have got caught out by the congestion. But Eagle remains in the lead with Dips in second, Prost up to third, ahead of 40. Prismic up to 5th. Position change, here we go. Monster Skylar's had a great start to Williams. He's up to 8th place. Norris fan as well, he's up 4, but yeah, Massa, big loser at the end. He's way back.
Kazi Babes, ooh.
There he is.
Kazi Babes gets past. Eagle's already starting to pull the gap out up front. And also something that might need mentioning is that Prost.
Sorry, Norris fan has got damage. He tapped the back of Kazi. Got wing damage very early on. That's unfortunate for the Ferrari. Eagle's already putting. Yeah, Eagle's putting already a bit of a gap to Dips, who's just holding off to Prost.
Yeah, it's not perfect for himself. Norris, fine, because he's probably going to have to come into the pits. Yes, he does. Will Massa follow him? Did Massa get damage? Nope. Massa carries on.
Yeah, timing page is going a little bit awry once again.
Yep.
Yeah, Norris van the only one in the pit lane, so a relatively clean-ish start, apart from Massa, the unfortunate one at the back of the grid.
Yeah, it's been quite unlucky for himself after showing good pace, but hopefully he can pull it back and get himself some good points for himself and for Shane and for the team to try keep their lead intact.
Yeah. Right, so time and pages have corrected themselves. And we can get back onto the tyres. So, decent-ish start. 40 trying to keep on the back of the leaders. As Barry is having a look at Skyline, they're running side by side down the straight. Side by side, and they're just going to get the braking right. Skyline trying to run right around the outside. Yeah, Barry being very conservative, brake very early. Tried to not get any damage. That was actually pretty good of him.
Yeah.
So into 9th place.
Well, when
there is Massa, he's
DRS
got to recover his position.
Yeah, to be fair, Massa's had a really good recovery so far. I think the timing's a slightly wrong, because he's definitely got 2.5 tenths behind Kazi Babes, but he's catching.
Eagle stretching his lead a little bit. 2 seconds now ahead of Dips, who seems to be holding a train here, Stroll, early days. He's got Prost, 40 and Chrismic right behind him.
Yeah, Prost probably wants to get past and try and run off with his teammate and try get the Alfa Romeo 1-2, following the suit Mercedes recently.
40 had a massive moment out of turn 4, very lucky to keep the car pointing relatively in a straight line. Yeah, you can already see the Alfa Romeo pulling away, and Prost, even though his teammate as Charismic is looking up the inside of 40, the gap was always going to close. 40 clips the wall, and that's damage.
It's damage for the Haas.
Damage for a pair of them. That was a bit clumsy, I think, from the pair of them.
Yeah, it's not amazing for them.
I think 40 tried to give Charismic room on the exit, but again, that wall sticking out. You've got to be very careful. Both are not going to be very happy with that.
Yeah. So, whilst this has all been happening behind, Eagle's already pulled himself out a 3-second lead.
Yes, it is a bit like Monaco in a way, isn't it? In the fact is,
pits.
if you lead... Yeah.
Yellow flag set to 2. It was
Norris at the moment.
Yeah, he's got big wing damage.
Norris is not having a good race.
No.
So 40 going on to medium tyres.
Yeah,
I'm
takes off
surprised
one
about
set,
that.
puts on another set.
Or Dips, big moment out of turn 4. This is the chance for Prost. Overtake and DRS flying past the McLaren. Can he get into hold second place? But Dips is going to have the slipstream and DRS. If he can get a good exit, which he does not at all, that's going to give Charismic a chance. But Dips is using overtake because, or is he? No, he's just running a bit low aero. Trying to stay away. See, Charismic is closing. Can he get the braking down? Nope. So Prost now into second. Now can he gap Dips and start catching his own teammate?
No, it is the time. He's being given the opportunity to run away. He has to go take it. And yellow flags.
McLaren, Button.
I think it was Button and Lincoln Dave involved. I'm not 100% sure, but they looked pretty close together.
Almost looked as if they were locked together, but yeah, Button, no damage, so he can carry on.
Yep.
Eagles just is comfortable at the moment, really.
Yeah, Eagle's not having any. He's not had any pressure since lap 1, and it's going to be very close to see if Dips gets DRS. Yeah, he just about will, I think.
Yeah, Charismic, you want to move past?
No, Dips hasn't got DRS.
Yeah, Charismic had it.
Yeah, Charismic got it, Dips didn't, which means Prost has pulled out the gap to Dips. However, I think Charismatic might get it as well this time, which is going to be a double whammy. No, he doesn't, so Dips...
Yeah, these...
He doesn't, so it's Dipster's turn to attack him.
I think he's too far back. He's not even using overtake. Just trying to run his own race, I think, Dips at the moment.
Yeah, I think he just wants to be conservative and not get damage.
Both four have gapped. Fish Sticks, who's fifth, has got his own train of Old Manzy, Monster Skyline, who's doing well on those medium tyres, and Barry. And also Primus, who's running his own race as well.
Master's back in the points.
Yeah, somehow Mouse is 10th.
He's been... I saw he had the fastest lap. Must be consistently going very quick.
Fastest lap at the moment is Eagle Just. And in fact, only Eagle and Mass are in the 39s, the rest are in the 40s and the 41s.
Monster Skyline pit.
Skyline's in.
Damage.
That would be a shame if he does have damage, because he was doing quite well. And yeah, he does. Waiting for front wing. Ah. That's a shame. Another set of medium tyres though.
Yeah, it's going to have to be a recovery race just like 40.
And lap 6, Mr. Stroll, and we are yet to see those famous 2 words.
Yeah. I'm not going to repeat them words. I don't want to jinx it.
No. Here comes Charismatic. He's got a good run on Prost. Prost moving across. Oh, slightly interesting there from Prost. Luckily, no damage. Oh, big damage. Starting to get a little bit heated.
Yeah,
of tyres.
It was very aggressive that, but enough room was left. As Charisma gets a better exit out of that corner, I think he's going to have a better run through this last sector.
Ooh, right up his gear. Oh, a bit of a tap.
He lifted off and he's
getting lucky.
Luckily, he doesn't have any major damage. He might have a little. Yeah, he's pits. That may just be for the tyres though.
Undercut.
Yep, that's my guess.
He's going for the undercut. He knows. I think he knows exactly what Prost was trying to do, which was, I think Prost was trying to hold Charismatic back for his teammate, as Barry just clouted the outside wall. He's got a little bit of damage himself.
Yeah, luckily all the soft runners will pit this lap. And you are correct, Charismatic and Dips both pit, no wings put on. Just a new set of tyres.
Medium tyres, and... oh, is he going to get out ahead of Lincoln? He does just. They have to give Lincoln a bit of room, but he needs to stay ahead of Lincoln, otherwise this is not going to work. But Lincoln's got to run.
Yeah, he's using a lot of overtake to stay in front.
He needs to stay ahead of this Red Bull, otherwise the undercut's not going to work.
Yeah, he's being given the fresh air. He's come out in the gap in between his teammate, and he's going to have to use it. As massive
meantime
overtakes Primus.
Oh! Lucky to not hit himself in the Alpha Tower in front of him.
Yeah, I imagine it was team orders to let Massa through.
Button and Lincoln going at it again. Now Dips has got the same problem, because he was trying to do the undercut on who's he doing the undercut on? I think it's Prost as well. But he's ended up behind Button and Lincoln, as Prost is now in the pits.
Yeah, will it have worked? I reckon. Oh, yeah, Dips has got no chance. He's been stuck behind his teammate for so long. But Charismatic, I think Charismac's done it. We need to make sure, because obviously the pit exit is quite aggressive. Side by side.
Lag.
Just.
Got a bit of a lag jump or
Straight, maybe?
got a bit of a lag jump or spike there, but Charismatic has just stayed ahead of Prost. That was crucial.
Yeah. And Massa's going even longer. He's going to go for the overcut on everyone.
Here comes Prost though. He's got overtake and now DRS.
Will he's going to go down. He's going to try and go around the outside. No, he switches to the inside. He's going to stay behind him for now, but he's going to get a better exit by the looks. He's gone wide, Charismatic has. And they're still side by side. No, he's not anymore. Prost has passed him.
Prost got the better traction. Charismatic run on the curbs on the outside, and as Prost capitalised. This is a heated battle.
And Eagle, he's in the pit as well as Fish Sticks and Massa.
Yeah,
It's going to be interesting to see what they go on to.
Hards for Eagle.
Eagle hards. Fish Sticks. Mediums. And Massa. Hards as well for Massa.
Is Eagle going to stay? Yeah, he does. I was going to say for a second, is Eagle going to stay ahead of Prost? He does, but that's hard tyres. That's an interesting. That's a very interesting call.
He's backing on no safety car, because if there is no safety car, it probably will work.
Massa on hards as well. As does Barry. So Primus is now leading, having yet to stop. The others that yet to stop are Lincoln and Button.
Lincoln and Button haven't stopped yet, you are correct, and also Ford, he stopped very early, so he'll be stopping around the same time as the other medium runners. As Norris fan speed in the pit lane.
Norris fans had a horrible race, and
yeah, that's the end of his race. Sad to see that. As Ferrari carry on no points scoring in the division. I think a lot of people will be upset about that, especially me myself, but time to carry on.
So Fordy has ended up behind Lincoln, who seems to be struggling on the medium tyres. Fordy got a bit of
had a little
wobble.
I don't know what you want to call that. Yeah, we'll go with a wobble.
Struggling to edge by Lincoln at the moment.
Cross has gained 4 seconds on Eagle since the pits.
Master with a huge moment in the last corner, nearly dumped into the wall. As
Barry has.
Oh.
Is it the same place he did it in qualifying? Yeah. The same corner he had the wobble in qualifying and
he's missed
ruined
the
his
pits.
qualifying.
And he's missed the pit lane as well, so he's got to do a whole lap with the damage. Oh, that's such a shame for Barry, because he was looking very, very competent, at least for points.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, with Norris fan gone, maybe AlphaTauri's pointless or no scoring run, not really the word I really should be using, but non-scoring run continues. So we've got a big train here. Button looking at the back of Lincoln Dave. And Fordy, he's not going to have a run on Fordy's what? Oh no, double move. No, he's going to do it.
What a move.
No, he can't get the car stopped. Free wide out the car. No. Oh, Lincoln.
Lincoln Dave.
Why are you going free wide out the corner?
And he was going 3 wide out the corner after a big dive bomb.
Primus in the pits, meantime, from the lead. He's yet to stop. Interesting what he goes on mediums?
I could see him either softs or mediums.
Button pits.
Surprised if the hards go on. He goes with the softs.
Ooh, aggressive. Nice.
Yellow flag set to 3 for Barry. No wing at all anymore.
No, he's just trying to get back to the pits.
Yep, he's going to limp his car back round. As Lincoln Dave also puts a new front wing on whilst in the pit lane. Primus comes out P11. Only just there, right behind old Manzi, who he's going to be attacking immediately. And Massa, after him being round and 6 seconds down after the first corner, is now on a battle for P5.
Yes, in that nice little battle here. There's two separate races, or two separate battles going on. You've got the leaders, which are both Alfa Romeos, who are now... Prost is right behind Eagle. Is Eagle going to try and let Prost through? And Gap, as Fistix and 40 are running side by side. I wonder if...
Kazi Babes, yellow flag.
Yellow flag.
Kazi Babes dropped it at the chicane. Got no damage there. I think he did the same, got buttoned and just dropped it. Didn't hit a wall. Massa's going to keep it on the outside. Good move. Not Massa, Primus.
Yeah. Yeah, I was wondering, was this going to happen? But this is the problem, because Charismic is right up behind them and might actually capitalise on this, trying to ease his way through. The Alpha's trying to do team orders, and it's not worked. I was thinking, were they going to do it? They didn't do it at the right moment, and they didn't do it properly. Charismic is... And this is the problem with team orders. The risk is, if you've got someone near you, that's the problem. Charismic is really taking it to both Alfa Romeos. But if Eagle can keep his pace up, he can keep within a pit stop of the two in front of him. As
Fistix in the wall!
Oh no, Fistix!
That'll be a safety car. That could be
Big off.
a dangerous place. I think he's cut it to the side. I think it's the only reason there hasn't been a safety car called.
Might be alright, actually. Yeah, I think you're... Yeah, I think you're right. Because I think he's close to a marshal post. Yeah, no safety car called. But Fistix...
I'm sure...
He was on
yeah,
for
it's going to be hard for...
He was on for solid points, wasn't he?
Yeah, it's going to be hard to swallow for himself after such good week this week, carrying on the form this week, and ends up in a situation like that, which must hurt himself, but I'm sure he'll be back next week fighting.
Yep, last week's winner falls. So his championship lead is definitely under pressure. Although, to be fair, actually, looking at the championship order, the highest near to him in the championship, and that was stupidly early days, of course, but highest near to him is Massa, who's 5th, who would only go a point ahead if he finishes in 5th place.
Well, that's interesting then.
Ooh.
But can Massa... We've seen Massa's had the pace this week in this race. So can he get into that top battle, into that P4 after the next set of pit stops?
Right, so everyone has stopped now. So the Eagle and Massa, they don't plan to pit again, I assume, with those hard tyres.
That's what I imagine. So Massa's gonna... Massa and Eagle aren't too far apart either. It's only 10 seconds, so...
Ooh.
Anything could happen with them two. If Eagle gets damaged, Massa could be in contention for a race win.
You know what I'm also seeing as well? Eagle's not exactly dropping off these two in front of him. Even though he's on hard tyres.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to stay with them, so he doesn't become under attack at Dix too soon. But as soon as Dix comes and attacks him, it's going to mean that Massa's got clean air to come and attack him, and he wants to try and keep the car in between them both as fast as goes fastest.
Braver was in F4, not racing tonight. No, he's not racing tonight, Grunt. We had 15 racing tonight, and Scotsman missed the start, was ready. Oh, Primus on the softs! I was on board of Primus because he's absolutely flying on these soft tyres, and he's going to fly past Skyline, I think, into 7th place, and he does.
Yeah, very good move that.
Yeah, Scotsman, there has not been a safety car at all. We've had 2 retirements. Norris found retired in the pits, and Fishsticks absolutely crashed out.
It's an interesting place to crash. I've never seen anyone crash there.
I'd have caught the inside curve a little bit and just spun the car around. Exit turn 7, and yeah, no safety car was called. We haven't even had a virtual yet.
Nothing.
So, and we're halfway through.
The race so far.
Halfway through this race. So Primus is an interesting one because he's going the kind of opposite 2-stop strategy, isn't he? Because he can only go another 5-6 laps on these softs, and then he has to go on medium. So in some ways, he's kind of doing an undercut on those.
Cruz makes some damage. Cruz does the left wing. Yeah, left end plate. Just put it through the last corner.
Must have clipped the wall on the inside. And
because Charismatic started on the soft, I imagine he'll just go to a set of medium when he pits, if he does pit anyway. And they'll go for the
help him at all. It's not going to help him at all in his battle.
It's probably going to take the chance of him getting the race run away.
Primus is absolutely on it. It's now on the back of... Whoa!
Yeah, that's a brilliant move. Another move down the straight seems to be a favourite position for Primus to go down.
That's how fast these softs are.
Whilst it's been happening all with one racing point, the other racing point was 10 seconds behind Eagle 2 laps ago. And the gap's now 7.5-ish? 7.7? Matt's pace is really good. Just if he can take them past the end is my question.
I think he'd be able to. I think both him and Eagle will be able to take those halves to the end. It's just, will they be able to hold off? Because you could see how fast softs are on board of Primus.
Yeah.
So
he's been getting through cars.
I mean,
so
that's the thing. They were a good second and a half quicker than mediums, and way quicker than hards. So it's Charismatic. Yeah, I would say. I think you're right. Maybe on medium tyres, but this now puts the race firmly into Alfa Romeo's hands.
Oh yes, 100%.
Oh yeah, Gruntasophy's confusing me. Braver is an F2, same as us, Grunt. Why are you confusing me like that? I thought he was an F4 as well. You're thinking last season.
Oh yeah, you got a point. Oh, well, I do remember like an F2. Me and him had an incident this week.
Ooh, massive 3-second time penalty. He must have cut the chicane a little bit too much.
Yeah,
that's not going to help him.
Quite a bit.
Monster Skyline in the Williams, meanwhile, is up on the back of 40, who's holding down 6th, and he's going to have a good run. Plenty of overtake. He's going to get the move done way before the hairpin. Oh! Got caught out with the fact where 40 was going to go. No damage, I think. No, he's alright. But sweeps past into 6th.
I think it's going to be nearing the time of 40 going to the pits. As he's been on them for 12 laps. Can't do much longer on them, although he could try to do 16 and get to lap 20 and go to the softs. I think it'd be a good strategy for himself.
Yeah. So plenty of strategies going on at the moment. Obviously Charismatic trying to go in the end of mediums. This is on board a Button. Is on the back of old Manzi. Button on softs. Manzi mediums at the moment.
Yeah, and he's got a good strategy here because he's keeping the two soft runners behind him, which means when he does pit around lap 24 for them soft tyres, he's going to fire away.
I have to say, I am very impressed with Eagle's consistency at the moment. He's not exactly dropping that far. Oh, Prost has got damage. Prost has damage on his front wing. Same as Chris.
That's
same
going to
as
help
Chrismet.
Dips.
His Dips had damage.
That's going to really help Dips. The two other people on his strategy have now had to are going to have to compromise. It doesn't look like it's losing Prost loads of time at the moment.
Yeah, I was thinking why.
I tend to so.
I was thinking why Prost wasn't pulling away from Eagle. And to be honest, Dips isn't exactly catching Eagle at the moment. I mean, their mediums are now starting to wear off a little bit. Yeah, Eagle's consistent.
Well,
Massa's consistency as well.
Pitting. Oh yeah, it's Massa. I've been keeping an eye on Massa, and he's going really quick. As Primus pulls off into the pits, must have had damage though, because softs can go a lot longer than 5 laps.
See, looks like it. Yep.
Yep. What's he going to the mediums? Yeah, it's very unfortunate for him. But he's took his final pit stop, and it's probably going to come out in P11. And Prost has lost a second to Eagle in this last lap.
Yeah, really struggling that damage.
And the two hard runners, now their tyres have ignited, seem to be flying towards the next cars on track.
Oh, there's a Massa. Actually, he's got a big run of Dips.
Now. Yeah, he's easily got him with DRS and overtake mode.
Could he challenge Eagle?
And yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's now in fresh air, and he's gone fastest middle sector. I mean, this gap is getting pulled down.
As he meantime has flown past 40 for 6.
Oh no!
Prost is in. Oh, spin in the pit lane.
That's going to be big.
It's all starting to unravel a little bit for Prost because he was in line for the win. Now damage and now a penalty. When's he going to come up? He's going to come up behind Chrismet, I feel. Softs as well. Very aggressive.
Yeah, you can take the softs 9 laps. He's right with his strategy call there.
Where's he going to come out compared to Charismic? I think Charismic will be ahead. Let's see.
Yes. Definitely he's going to be.
Oh, they're side by side? No, they're not. Prost just gets out in front.
Ooh, very close.
They were going to be side by side again.
Dips and Monster Skyline, I imagine will pit this lap, and I imagine Kazi may go to lap 2021. But it's now Prost's time to shine. Can Prost get past his teammate and gain 5 seconds on him?
This could get interesting. He's sandwiched between both fast drivers. Didn't get a good run. It might go free wide. Be careful, guys. Oh, gee,
yep.
Goodness
Charismic's boxed himself in.
Oh.
That's so unlucky for Charismic. He boxed himself in, made it so hard for himself. He had to get past Prost, and then ended up being boxed in because he's found himself in between himself and his teammate and Prost. As Dips now goes into pits, going for the overcut. I imagine the soft tyres will also go on him, and Monster Skyline follows him.
They should go on softs.
Yeah,
they're going to come out.
The Dips, and because Prost put a new front wing on, Prost will come out in front, but not
No,
as
he
far
won't.
as he had the lead.
No, he won't. Prost holds on to third.
Yeah. Dips has got a lap fresher tyres, and also, obviously, with Prost having the 5-second penalty. Dips. If Dips can clear the traffic quickly, he has a chance. And also Button and Dave pit.
Yeah.
So just waiting on Kaziev's pitting now, which I imagine he'll do this lap.
And Old Man, he'll probably be lap after that.
Yeah. So Primus will go up to P6, and we could see very good points, but this penalty for Massa could play a massive factor. Because really, you need to get past the race, the Alfa Romeo very soon.
What I'm also seeing here is look at the gap from Eagle and Massa on hards to those chasing them. 15 seconds. I don't think that's catchable. I think this is a...
I think it could be, however, if you add Prost 5 seconds on, it's actually a 20-second gap for Prost. Which I don't think is possible. 20 seconds, 7 laps. Yeah, for me it's impossible. Prost goes fastest up.
37.9. He's got to go 2 seconds. There's 7 laps to go. He's got to go 2 seconds a lap quicker.
3
guys ahead of him.
Probably with the penalties.
Yeah. Dips into 5th. Kazi hitting now. So Primus is up to 6th with Monster Skyline on softs chasing him for 6th. That'll be the closest battle, I think.
I imagine he'll drop behind.
I think realistically, this is a race win between Eagle and Massa. And Massa is
think
closing.
it's an Eagle.
Massa's closing on Eagle right now.
Yeah, Massa's showed a very good pace. If he hadn't spun lap 1, he'd probably have been in the lead by now. Had quite a big lead, but...
It'd be sauntering off in the lead.
One thing that's going to have to be mentioned is Eagle's led most of this race.
Yeah.
And he's been consistent, not got himself a penalty yet. I'm going to check his warnings now just for a look. No
track
warnings.
Race between the Williams and the Racing Point. Skyline's just going to edge past Primus into 6th place using
Primus
those soft
has nothing
tyres.
to defend.
No.
Yeah, Eagle has no warnings, which means he has no chance of getting a penalty at the moment, which is
Does
really
Massa
good for himself.
I'm pretty sure Massa has a penalty, actually, thinking about it.
Yeah, Massa does have a penalty.
Ooh, okay. So now he has to catch Eagle, which he is. Overtake.
And he needs to get past him.
And then get a gap, yeah.
Yeah, he needs to pull out 3 seconds. And also, an update on Prost, he's only gained 2 seconds in the last 2 laps, so yeah, I don't see him passing
Still
them.
not enough. You'll be able to see them probably in the last lap.
Yeah.
Dips meantime.
He'll get towards them on the last lap, but because of his penalty, he won't pass them.
Dips is going to fly.
It's now 1.4
past.
seconds to gap.
Dips flies past Chrismick. Obviously, Chrismick compromised by that damage he had earlier. Had to go on mediums. Although he's not going to sit down and take it.
If we look at something now, Kazi's really catching 40 on the fresher tyres.
Yeah, he's going to have a run.
With an 80% ERS.
See what he can do.
Yeah, 40 has 60% less than him.
I think it's going to be close enough. Let's see.
I think he won't make the move. I think he'll try and get the better traction out this corner.
Not this lap.
No, yeah, it won't be this lap. Can't make the move for that last sector. Massa is slowly but surely going to get in DRS range. It won't be this lap, I don't think. But I could see it being next. He's been pulling about 2/10 of a lap out of him without the DRS, without the overtake being used. It's gonna be close.
Lovely shot. The two leaders go around. You might be able to see. I can't even see Prost yet, so I don't think Prost has the pace to catch him.
No, he's 11 seconds behind with 6 laps, 5-6 laps to go. Eagle's using his overtake button, which
40,
is surprising.
No! 40's in a spin. End of turn 4.
Could be a safety car here.
Is that going to be a late safety car? He's in the middle of the road. This could change everything. He's trying to get it back round. Yellow flag still. He's got double damage as well. He's managed to get it going, and the race control thinks no, not a safety car, not at all.
That would spice up the race, a safety car, because it would probably ruin the strategy for the front two.
In some ways, that's a shame, but okay. Trend is not continuing. Still, every lap,
Massa
Eagle,
1.3.
every lap Eagle keeps Massa behind is more of a chance of Eagle winning this race. Because remember, Massa still has to pass, overtake, and gain about 3 seconds. Unless Eagle gets a penalty himself.
Yeah.
And Massa's just got another one.
It's over. Over.
Pushing too hard.
Massa's P2 at best. He's pushing too hard to try and get past him on track, and he's got himself another penalty.
So now
there's the race win. Ooh,
so now the question is.
The wall there.
Now the question would be, whoever's engineering Prost, if he has an engineer tonight, probably be telling him, right, Massa's got 6 seconds worth of penalties. You keep yourself clean and keep up the pace. Might get within 6 seconds.
He needs to be within 1 second, doesn't he? With his 5-second penalty, so.
Oh, he's got one himself, yeah.
It's going to be hard for himself. Lincoln, Dave retires
in the pits.
I thought Ford he would, to be fair, as well, but Ford he hasn't. And Massa's now in DRS range, which is quite convenient now he's got an extra penalty and has a very little chance of doing it unless Eagle gets damage or something. It's not going to happen.
Someone in front of Primus just got wing damage, please check. Not.
I can have a look.
Not Skyline. Might. Oh, it's Charismic. Charismic. He's got heavy damage, I think.
Yeah,
looks a bit
right.
gingerly.
No right end plate, so that's going to be a.
Element.
He'll probably be able to carry it home.
Yeah, but he's going to be suffering. Yeah,
surprising not.
Big damage on his right. He's going to have Skyline up the back of him. The leaders now, half a second.
Yeah, I think Massa will win this race track, but not after penalties unless a puncher or an external factor plays into.
Yeah, but this is for pride. He's going to still try.
Yeah. He's got 3 laps. If he can, in fresh air, pull 2 seconds out of lap, he will win the race.
Way more overtake than Eagle does.
Yeah, he's in a better position. It's just he needs to get past him, and he can't. As it stands, he's not doing that.
It's a shame the time penalties in a way. Kind of ruins the battle. But
yeah.
You got to keep it clean. I mean, still though, I think he'll take second and run with it, considering what he was at the.
What happened?
He spun at turn 1, didn't he?
Yeah, that's brilliant. To get a recovery race like this after such a horrendous start to this race, he will be really happy with what's happened.
To be fair though, I am surprised, but not too surprised in a way, because he has showed the pace in qualifying, hasn't he? So.
Oh yeah, he showed the pace throughout the whole night. It's just unlucky what happened to him.
the thing he is doing, and I think is quite clever, he's putting Eagle under unnecessary pressure right now.
Yeah, I think he's just hoping in a mistake.
Eagle's really just got to keep calm. Almost in some ways, just let Massa go through in a way.
Yeah, I think he could probably do that now and if he's safe, because I think it won't have to be a let through now because Massa has such the extra amount of ERS, had the better exit now. He's gonna probably be close enough to make the move.
He's gonna go for it.
He's gonna look to do the switchback.
No, can't get the power down.
Good defensive. Good defense from Eagle there. As we now come into the final sector where very hard to overtake.
Can you do pens for the top 10, please?
Yeah, I can do. I'll start. I'll start from Manzi up, and I'll go upwards. So Manzi has none. RSF Button has 0. Caddy Bays also 0. Primus 0. Monster Skyline 0.
Old Manzi's left. Can you quickly?
Yeah, will it?
Please, yeah.
And after that, I'll send him an invite, then I'll carry on with the invite. I sent him an invite. Charismatic has no warnings. Dix has no penalties. Frost has the 5-second penalty only. Massa has 2 penalties, and Eagle has nothing. No warnings, no penalties, no anything.
Nice. Really, apart from these two battling as Old Manzi is back in, and he is going to hang on to that. No, the AI pitted him. No.
Oh my god.
Manzi, no.
Ah. Barry's going to steal the point and get the first point for AlphaTauri. But while that happens, Massa, he's going to get the move done here. I'd be very surprised if not. Ooh, he has a bit of a wobble. Eagle gives him just about enough room. And to sweeten the deal for Old Manzi, they've put him on a 12-lap old medium tyre.
Oh. I'll tell you what it does do. I'll tell you what it does do. Unfortunate for Manzi, you know what it does do? It gives AlphaTauri a point at the moment. As 40 is retired. Oh, that's in the pit.
In the pit lane.
Never mind. I was told there was more.
Too late to be a safety car.
I was told there was more damage ahead of Primus, but no, as we are on the last lap now, and I think as long as Eagle doesn't drop it, he can even allow Massa just to go through, because Massa is looking up the inside actually, through the turn 3 and 4, and Eagle really just let him through. Eagle's, no, he's trying to hang on with it. When he's sideways for turn 3 and 4.
They're going to collide.
I mean...
Eagle's being stupid trying to keep this on the track.
They're running so close.
It's very clean racing from them both.
I mean, it's a good show, but this could all end very badly. Massa's going to get the run. Oh, do they realise they both have pens? Do they realise the situation? I don't think they do.
I don't know. I think Massa will probably know the situation. I don't think Eagle will. I think Eagle will just be concentrating on his race, and I think he's going to probably make a late lunge maybe into the last to here, but Eagle's going to win the race on track after a brilliant battle and
it's a good battle. Yeah, I'm not going
to be enough.
Not complaining about that at all. Skyline's got a run on Charismatic into the hairpin for the last time. Oh, late lunge, no! Skyline can't get it stopped, and he's in the front wing. No, he's going to drop back.
He's going to sweep through and take the position. With the damage, I imagine, so. Or did Monster Skyline not pick up any damage? Yeah, he has.
He did.
But Primus, ooh, this is going to be his only opportunity. Oh!
Eagle wins the race.
God.
What happened? There's...
Primus tried to make the move on Monster Skyline, and he just turned in on him, Monster Skyline, and Primus has got damage.
Big damage. Dips has nicked
But
the
Kazu
podium
got
of
a penalty.
Prost. Dips has nicked the podium of Prost.
Oh, he deserved
Dips
it, brilliant
third.
driving, but unlucky there. And Primus is going to take P6, Monster Skyline P7, Ezreal's P8. Button will come home and get an extra 2 points for the Tango squad, as they like to call themselves. And Barry's going to trundle home to get Alpha Tauri's first points in this division.
But
Heartbreak for Old Man's here.
yeah, I was going to say, Old Manzi really deserves that point. But
Yeah, it's heartbreak for him.
he comes around with 11th place in the Renault. So Dips actually managed to get the win. I don't get the win, get third place. Primus gets his second driver of the day in 2 races. Back-to-back driver of the days for Primus.
Really well.
But Igor and Massa, in the end, a lovely battle between them on the final lap. Massa's not going to be able to do the interview, which is a shame. We'll still speak to our winner, Eagle. And that is 3 different winners in 3 races for F4. As also Eagle's first podium of the season. He'll be very happy with that. Take us through that top 10.
So in P10 is Barry, 23, getting the first point for Alpha Tauri. Congratulations to him on his debut. RSF1 Button P9, Kazi Babes P8. Primus Gaming P6, Charismic P5, RS Prost P4, and our podium finisher today is CCL Dips P3, RSF1 Master P2, and the winner of today's race, led most of the race, started on pole position, is RSF1 Eagle.
Thank you very much. Dips got on the podium by 2 tenths, I think.
Shows that every single lap matters.
Yeah, just over 2 tenths for Dips. So Prost's podium still goes on. But that is Dips' second podium after Australia. A good recovery after Bahrain. Massa's second podium, so got back on the score sheet. But what a race! But no safety cars. So disappointing. I mean, credit where it's due. I mean, arguably there should have been twice, but hey ho. Race officials didn't want to do it, so fair enough. Why are we at USA short?
I don't know.
Whatever. Whatever. Right, so let me showcase the winning team. Is Alfa Romeo this time. Sweet. Right, I'll do third place, you do the winner.
Okay.
Okay. Make sure you tick the box if you haven't already.
Yeah.
So CCL Dips, your second podium after Australia. You got the same result in Australia, another third place. Slightly difficult race in Bahrain, but you're back on the rostrum today by just 2 tenths ahead of Prost in the end, thanks to his penalty that he got. Speeding in the pit, and I think it was for Prost, which is unfortunate, but you're a very happy man, I am sure, with that third place. Very consistent pace. Probably a little bit far off the top 3 in terms of pace that you had, but as Beast Pro mentioned, every lap matters. And yeah, you should be very happy.
Yeah, that's twice I've gone on the podium because person in front's got a penalty. So hopefully I will actually get the actual podium, I'm gonna call it. Yeah, the first stint, yeah, I wasn't the fan of the softs, and yeah, I lost so many positions. And I didn't bother fighting it. I thought it was just going to lose me more time. Somehow on the last 2 laps found a lot of time on Prost. I don't know what's happened for him, whether he's got damage or not, but yeah, I'm quite happy after the mishap in Bahrain.
Yes. Yeah. Again, very solid race for yourself. Solid qualifying as well, I believe. So yeah, just a solid job all round, to be honest. Those 15 points will now put you on 32, I believe, if my maths are correct. So that will put you in and around the top guys in terms of the Drivers' Championship. So I know it's very, very early days, but are you thinking you could maybe challenge towards the top end of this championship?
Probably not. I think I'm going to be challenging around the mids, or about 5th, around that point. I think there's a few fast guys, a few getting unlucky. So that's something to watch out for. But yeah, I think I'll be consistent points, hopefully. But no, fair play to Eagle for taking the hards to the end. I didn't think that was possible, so I thought.
Chat, I am displaying the car that finished in 3rd, and then I will go on to the winning car. That's how I'm doing it. I should have mentioned it. They're like, that's not the winning car. I know it's not. It's the guy who finished 3rd.
It's a better car.
He drives for Tango Squad. China next week. A little bit more of a normal track, shall we say. What are your thoughts going ahead for that?
Honestly, I went into Hanoi hating it, and I'm going into China hating it as well. They're not my best tracks, but I managed to get some good points today. So yeah, hopefully I can somehow pull a miracle out again and do that again next week.
All right. Well, congrats on your 3rd place, and yeah.
Thank
good
you.
luck to the rest of your season. Hope to speak to you again.
Thank you.
Right. There you go, guys, in the chat. Happy now. Alfa Romeo. There we go. Winning car. Right, Beast Bro, take it away.
Well, brilliant race from you today, Eagle, from leading most of the race. But first of all, I'm going to mention qualifying. After you obviously got through to Q3, after seeing massive time, did you expect yourself to be starting on pole position?
Not really. The fastest I've done in practice was a 34.3, and he did a 34.2, I think, wasn't it? So no, I didn't think I'd be on first. I thought I'd be in and around the top 5, but pleasant surprise to be on pole.
Yeah, it was a brilliant lap. You've hooked it up in Q3, which obviously helped you out into the race, and obviously Massa had problems in turn 1, which all in all could have helped you out, and you had a battle with him very long. The last few laps it was you was in DRS range of each other, but for a long time you had obviously him catching you. And did you get put under pressure by any chance by him, or was you okay?
Not really, no, because I was in a party. Top Notch was engineering myself and Prost, so I knew that Massa had penalties. So I knew, that's why I didn't fight him too much when he did get up alongside. I wasn't too fussed if he got past me, because I knew he wasn't going to get 6 seconds ahead, so I knew I had him covered. But yeah, thank you to Top Notch for doing that tonight. And thank you to Toto, Team Gaffer, who's been going on about the one stop being the fastest strategy around this track as long as there isn't a safety car, and it proved to be right.
Yeah, he's very much helped you out. Also, another mention is when you came out on the hards, was that always the plan, or was that a split-second decision?
No, I only chose to go in the hards after there wasn't a safety car in the first stint. If there would have been a safety car, then I wouldn't have gone anywhere near the hards. But I've been talking to Toto, he was saying that that's the fastest strategy without safety cars. Just soft for 8 laps and then chuck the hards on and try and push them to the end.
Well, congratulations on your win today. Brilliant racing all throughout.
Finally got a win. I've had loads of seconds, so it's about time I got a bit of luck and got a win. Cheers.
Right, is that it? Was that it, Beast Pro?
Yep.
Others, questions? Okay, sweet. If my maths are correct, I believe with Massa's 18 points and Eagle's 25, Massa would be on 40 points, Eagle 39 going into China.
I hate China.
Everyone says that, and then you get on, you get Poland and a win. I'm not believing it. I'm not believing it.
Massa was saying earlier how much he hates this track, and then he goes and throws in a 34-2. So there you go.
Oh, your principal, Toto, used to always do it every single week. It's like, I don't like that track. Goes on and wins. But yeah, no, not believing it. Yeah, congrats on your win there, Eagle.
Thank you very much.
First podium, first win of the season.
Yeah, I've been unlucky in the first 2 races. I think I've had a bit of damage in one of them, and I spun twice last week, so it didn't help.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah, very happy with that.
All right. Well, there you have it, Beast Pro. The trend has been broken. No safety cars.
Yeah.
The only tier not. Yeah, it was intriguing. It was very intriguing. Didn't come without its drama. It's like shenanigans, but hey ho. We'll move on, and we will move on indeed to the next Grand Prix, the Shanghai International Circuit, the Chinese Grand Prix, which of course did not have a real life Grand Prix for reasons we all know about. But we will all be going around there next week, and I think, as I said, I think most of us are happy to see the back of Vietnam for at least several months. Unless you're in other leagues, of course, but in terms of RSF1, we won't see it for a fair while. Yeah, China is next, and the first race for the Chinese Grand Prix will be F2, as always, on Sunday, as they tackle this long flowing, high overtaking chance, high tyre wear chance, and heavy rain chance circuit. Before next week, or the week after, we'll be going to Zandvoort, so looking forward to that. Yeah, good race, Beast Pro, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a brilliant race. Great battles, especially for the lead, and even further back in the midfield, they was battling from lap 1 till the final lap.
Yeah. In terms of your commentary, as scheduled rotation, you'll be back on Tier 4 for the Dutch Grand Prix, so looking forward to that one.
Yeah, definitely. It's new for everyone, so it's going to be different to see how it goes, but I'll be looking forward to it.
And then, yeah, I just realised your next one's going to be Monaco.
Oh, I can't wait for that one.
And then, what's after that one? Canada. And then Austria. Oh, jeez. Wow. Right, so that has been the F4 Vietnamese Grand Prix. Yeah, no safety cars, but it definitely wasn't without the intrigue and the drama and good battles along the way. But your top 3 today was C3R Dips in the McLaren, second for RSF1 Massa in the Racing Point, RSF1 Eagle in the Alfa Romeo, your winner. Driver of the day was Primus for the second week running. This has been RSF1 F4. See you next week for the Chinese Grand Prix, but also make sure you watch the first of them on F2 on Sunday, all 8 o'clock. I've been RSF1 Bundle. Thank you for your assistance, Beast Pro.
No worries.
Take care, everyone, and good night.